nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians, because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
You take your smartphone almost everywhere you go. Now WSRadio.com can be there too. Search WS Radio in the Play Store for your Android devices or iTunes for Apple, and download the WS Radio application. WSRadio.com, on your phone and in your ear everywhere you go. Download the WS Radio application. Do it now. It's very easy. WSRadio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kramer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kramer Insurance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you absolutely kidding me? We are live. Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio. Want to make a special announcement, first of all. Wanted to say that this is our first show. I've partnered with Rock Rage Radio. That's right, John Kuntz over there, magnificent man, and we've got in Rock Rage Radio 5.6 million viewers per month, 80 countries and every state. We are jacked. We'd also like to thank Kramer Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Kramer Insurance, as well as Storm Kimonos. The mission submission, it's not just about that on the mat. It's a lifestyle. I'm proud to have our guest for today in studio, Soto Extremo. Are you kidding me? Alex Soto, second in command at Brave Combat Federation, as well, a former UFC fighter who's making his Bellator 170 debut and his final fight this Saturday night on the Chael Sonnen card with Tito Ortiz, and Manolo El Hurricane Hernandez, trainer to the stars, a legend, as well as an international matchmaker for Brave Combat as well. Gentlemen, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, feels good to be here.
Love your hat, Manny. Before we start, you were serenading me with the guitar earlier, so I appreciated that.
You're welcome. I purchased this hat at 7-Eleven.
Oh, 7-Eleven. He's giving away some of his secrets right here on Kick-Ass Radio. Hey, you know what? It's been just such a pleasure working with you guys, as always. But Alex, wanted to talk to you about this. This is a big fight. You're going against DeMarcus Bang-em-up Brown. He's a fantastic striker. He's out of Fight Syndicate. You're out of San Diego Combat Academy, 10th Planet. Tell me how your training has been, my brother, and how you feel.
Well, I feel really good. Training's been really good. Manny hit me up at the beginning of the month and was like, hey, I got a fight for you. And I was itching for a fight. It's been a while that I've been out of loop, and I just kind of, the timing was perfect because, we have a show coming up with Brave Combat Federation in March. We have two actually in March. And so it was just the perfect timing for me. We finished up the contracts and all the negotiations with all the new athletes that we've signed. And I said, what a better time to step into the cage than right now. So I said, let's do this.
And you know what, Soto? It's been great because you haven't fought for a little while, but you've been in the fight game constantly. So you probably feel like you've never really left.
No, that's right. MMA is my life right now. I'm dealing with mixed martial arts. here in the States, overseas. I'm dealing with MMA every single day. It is what I do, and it's kind of my passion. And I'm very, very, very fortunate to be able to do this.
This is going to be a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. The Bellator 170 card, Chael Sonnen versus Tito Ortiz. We're expecting Tito to give us a call here in studio in a bit, so be on the lookout for that as well, my friends. So, Alex, you have had a great career. UFC fighter, you fought some amazing guys in the mix. You're calling this your last fight. Tell us why.
Well, I mean, I'm moving on to other things, like
You're
I
a
said,
businessman. Yeah,
exactly.
making it happen.
We're making it happen with Brave Combat Federation. It takes a lot of my time, and when you're an athlete, I mean, there's no other way to put it, but you're selfish,
Right.
It's all about you. It's what you take in, is what you sacrifice, time away from family, time away from your normal day, So when you're a fighter, it's all about fighting, and there's nothing else that comes in.
All consuming.
It's all consuming. So I took this fight kind of hesitantly because I know what it entails. I know that it takes away from me being with my kids, takes away from being with my wife. So I mean, it
affects your moods, your diet, your everything.
Not to mention
right?
the weight. Yeah, exactly. You gotta cut the weight, and it's very, like I said, it's very tough sport to get into. This is gonna be my last fight, and I'm gonna treat this fight like any of my other fights. It's gonna be an exciting bout. It's gonna be just a full-on war, because I leave everything in the cage.
Well, you know what, brother? It's an honor to have you on the show, as always, and work with both of you. What, now that you said on social media, you said, this fight was something I had to do. Now, does that as well kind of parlay into your kids are now a little older, too? They can remember Daddy back in the day?
Yeah.
Leaving your legacy. What kind of legacy do you want to leave here?
I just want my kids to know, that whatever it is that you decide to do in your life, you just have to go for it. And there's nothing that's going to hold you back. All it takes is hard work, dedication, and perseverance, So you got to get in there and go for whatever it is that you want to do. I had a dream to become a UFC fighter, and that was 10, 20 years ago now. I don't even know, 14 years ago, and I was able to accomplish that and a lot more.
We did that within 6 fights.
Yeah, we did that.
That's amazing.
Early. So, I mean, there's nothing really that holds anybody back, that you just have to put in the work, man.
And you know what, Coach Manny, you guys have had a special relationship from day one.
Yeah.
Was there something in Alex that you looked at initially and said, hey, this guy's got that hunger, he's got the heart, he's got the eye?
No. Actually, he wanted it super badly. He had a clear-cut idea. I mean, there's a lot of it that I think is that he willed to happen. For instance,
I love hearing these stories, by the way, right?
Yeah,
it's
we have a very interesting a group of people. Like Alex was one of the first 5 at our gym, and one of the things that happened is he came and he tried out for the team, and it's this really, really steep hill that we have to open up the run with. We do 500 squats, old school Lions Den style. He went out. He he bombed the hill. He came right back up. He took a number.
Brutal training, by the way. He mentions Lions Den back in the day.
So you run down this hill. At the bottom, there's a guy down there, and he gives you a number. So it doesn't matter how fast you come back. Whatever your number says, that's when you'd go and you would compete. So you kind of have no idea. You might be the first one back, but then you might also be the first one to go and have to fight immediately. Right. So, we had some fun stuff. But Alex came back so quickly, I thought that he cheated.
Really?
Yeah. We never met before because in our old school we had 5 schools, and then the school that I worked at in North Park was the main gym. So if you wanted to compete in professional MMA, you had to come to me, and then I would work with you, and we'd see about making it happen. But first, you had to make the team.
Right.
Yeah. So the 2 first guys to make it back, it was a very interesting group of guys. From that tryout, I got Alex Soto, Jose Tapia, and Wyatt Watson.
Nice.
Yeah.
And while we just saw it, Brave 2 went against an absolute monster over there. We're going to be detailing the Brave fights later on in the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. One thing about, the Brave and what they've done, I have to add real quick, in 2 events. It's almost mind-blowing on what they've done and the worldwide appeal and marketability that, and exposure that they've gotten already.
Oh yeah. We've been able to kind of link, with a lot of different media outlets out there in every different country. We got South Africa now is involved with us. We signed a great South African fighter now. So he'll be popping up very soon for Brave 3. So I mean, it's just kind of like Mexico really, bumped up. Christian Quinones, who our 135er, he showed up and did an amazing job, and he was on ESPN Español. So I mean, it was pretty big deal, for just Brave Combat Federation on just his second show. We're getting a lot of attention now.
It's beautiful to make these things happen and to see the growth of the organization. I'm proud to be the cage announcer for Brave. I mean, I'm honored to be there. Anybody who knows me knows that I do quite a bit of shows and out there and all that. But if you really know me, you know how much respect I have for any martial artist. And my goal always with this show and every show I've ever done is to give our martial artists and our coaches the respect and the support that they deserve, because we've seen these guys, and you were there working and toiling for nothing. It wasn't for the pay, it was the passion.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we had a bunch of amateur fights, coming up with Manny. I remember fighting one time, and I think it was basically no gloves, no shin pads, and
it was in a bar in Mexico.
And it wasn't a bar fight, but it was it was at a ring, so there was somebody there making sure nobody got killed. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they paid me $50.
Tokyo Club,
semi-pro.
It was semi-pro, yeah. So they I used those $50 and I bought everybody tacos.
There was like a year
free gas.
There was like a year and a half, something like that, where there was no fights going on in Mexico. All of a sudden, it just stopped.
What year did that stop? Because you were going down there to what, Baby Rock?
Very, very often, and then all of a sudden it stopped. I mean, I think
2009 or
part of that had to do with like what was going down there with the cartels and then the it's when everything bottomed out on this side too. You know what I mean? Like the economy. Right, yeah. And then so like if we feel it, they feel it. And then so all of a sudden the fight stopped, and people are scared to go down there. Yeah. And then
was it predominantly at Baby Rock, or was it?
Oh no. This is not. Yeah, there's a lot of places that have it. You know what I mean?
They have a big auditorium over there. It's awesome, man. Fills up with like 4,000 or 5,000 people, man. It's
you get guys like Tank Abbott out there, right?
Yeah. That's old school stuff.
That's a very intense story. That's a Total Combat story. Where
tell that, please.
Tank Abbott. He showed up to the event, and I think he was there with, I want to say maybe with Paul Herrera and the guys from from Huntington Beach. And then he showed up, and then he was like super drunk, and then jumped up in between the fights, and then just challenged anyone in the audience to fight him.
Really?
Fight anybody right now. And it was like scripted, like it was as if it was scripted, like WWF. The music came on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We got to take a commercial break. You're listening to Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio on WSRadio.com, your worldwide leader in Internet talk. Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact vinvillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on vinvillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
Hi, Mary. Our growth has me looking for new furniture, but I can't find the right vendor. Can you help?
For sure.
Do you know a company that will give me a great value?
For sure.
Do you know a company that provides great selection?
For sure.
Do you know a company that is professional and responsive?
For sure, it's Shore. Shore Office Warehouse has been providing great value, service, and selection for over 40 years. It's Shore, for sure. ShoreOfficeWarehouse.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kramer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kramer Insurance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Having a great time in studio with Soto Extremo, Alex Soto, fighting at Bellator 170 this weekend. Manolo Hernandez.
Hello.
San Diego Combat Academy, making it happen here. Matchmaker as well. Trainer to the stars. Manny, we were finishing a story with Tank Abbott at Baby Rock. He was hammered.
So he's hammered. He's challenging guys to fight for a bottle of tequila. And he goes, I'll fight anyone in here for a bottle of tequila. And then the music comes on. And then Brandon Vera walks out of the back. And he just starts putting on some MMA gloves. And he starts climbing into the ring. And then all of a sudden, Tank's all right, calm down. I'm a little drunk.
Don't get carried away.
Don't get carried away. I'll come back here tomorrow, and then we'll do it then.
In front of the crowd, he's saying that?
Yeah. Nothing happened, but it was great. It was great,
Brandon Vera, the ONE FC heavyweight champion, probably the one guy that you don't want coming out of the stands.
Can you imagine?
saying he'd fight.
Well, nobody knew who he was at the time, so.
Right.
He just kind of just walked up and.
he had 2 fights in Virginia at that time.
Wow. Yeah. College wrestler, right?
Great fighter.
We were talking about, too, on the break, San Diego Combat Academy and 10th Planet over there. You guys have grown so much.
Right.
I'm always so happy to support, be there. I love the way you guys teach, train, you live it, you're real. Tell us how we can follow 10th Planet, Manny, San Diego Combat Academy, and then let's talk a little bit about the growth, because it's been incredible because we've had incredible people there.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a 10th Planet San Diego fan page, and we also have a 10th Planet San Diego Instagram. So, just look it up. We're there. We'd love for you to have a follow from you. You can follow me also at Team Hurricane Awesome.
You're in for a treat as well if you follow Manolo Hernandez on any social medias at all. You're always very entertaining, my brother.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the relationship again with you and Alex. It was 6 fights it took you to get to the UFC, which is staggering. I mean, how many? Well, what length of time was that?
This was within about a year and a half before we got on to get him signed with Dream.
That's right.
Dream was the show in Japan that kind of took the place of Pride momentarily. We got him signed with that, And then we tried to qualify for the 135 pound, the bantamweight tournament, which was like for a lot of money, and we wanted to be part of that, like big time. And so, in order to qualify it, they asked for us to compete in the undershow, which is called Deep. We went out there, Deep Impact. Went out there to compete. Alex is beating the shit out of this guy for like 99% of the.
What was the? It was the.
You can shut that way.
It was just kind of like a what's it called?
Thank you.
About it was just a what's it called?
Qualifier, but
yeah, it wasn't even a qualifier, but they called it just a regular.
Well, it was a match.
Exhibition match.
Well,
because it was 2 rounds.
No. That is actually all the bouts there are 2 rounds.
Okay.
And so what they do is they do 2 rounds and then they score it as if it's 1. So what happened was Alex was beating the shit out, jump knees, beating the shit out. Beating the shit out of this guy. Is it Seki? Seki a cow? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyway, he beat him up. Oh, I go, Soto, do not take this to the ground. It's all this guy does.
Yeah.
Alex is like, gets bored in the last 30 seconds of the fight. Goes for a throw. The guy takes his back, tries to choke him. Soto escapes.
Yeah,
right?
and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then they fucking gave us a draw.
Wow.
So basically, I won the first round because I was dominating the fight, and the second round because he was trying to finish the fight. He got the second round, so they called it a draw, and I was like, "What is this?"
They strangely they score it like it's 1, right? So basically, we're putting the guy in danger, we're hurting him, and then what happened is, well, he also put us in danger,
right?
So they just said, "Oh, it's a draw."
Ridiculous.
And then so we're like complaining, and then like it was pretty messed up because at the end of it, it gave us like a kind of a bad taste for a competition in Japan,
right? Yeah.
And then what ended up happening is. I think we're still under contract, and then we heard about the opportunity to compete in the UFC.
Yeah.
And then we're like,
they were like, "Hey, last minute matchup." But before that, I mean, it wasn't like just by chance, YL had fought in the UFC, and I actually went up. See, like this is one of those things that, man, if you don't. My mom would tell me this. If you don't ask, this is gonna be no. You know what I mean?
No,
so
exactly.
I met up with. I went to several UFC shows. I personally met with Sean Shelby, and I met with Dana White. Like I got in their faces, man. I was like, hey, you put me in here, man. Like I deserve to be here. This is where I need to be.
We'd also sent Alex to go try out for the Ultimate Fighter.
Right, and I met them at the Ultimate Fighter as well.
Okay,
and,
great. Which one was that?
Oh man,
I don't even remember.
It was like the first time they dropped down to the bantamweights, and so I was there, and I made an impression back then. I remember like Dana White was like super cool with me. He was like, "Yeah, this guy's awesome."
And he's doing it, saved up his money so he could go and like not work for a while, and like we had so much riding on this Ultimate Fighter happening.
Yeah,
right.
Which I'm glad I didn't do it, by the way.
Dude,
I couldn't have stand
it. Dude, everybody. So this is when beards first started showing up, right? So Soto decides this guy's handsome, right? This guy's handsome. He shows up to the Ultimate Fighter tryouts, his beard growing up to his eyes, looking like Mexican teenage werewolf. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Clearly, beards are still in.
I go, your one card is that you're good looking, and you're going to be showing up like fucking Teen Wolf.
Right. You got Jesus going in the ring.
They had like 10 other guys. Everyone with beards.
Manny likes to blame this on the beard, but it wasn't the beard. What really happened was, I killed it. I killed it during the tryouts, during the submission stuff. I was very exciting and everything and all that stuff and everything they were looking for. But the thing is, the event was like on a Thursday or something, or a Wednesday, and I had a fight that weekend. So I was depleted and all that stuff, right?
And going right back into it.
Right. So by the time like the day was over, which was a long fucking day, by the time I got to the interview process where like they're looking for the personality, I was like over it. I was like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm cool. I'm from, whatever. And that was it.
Right.
So, I mean, I tanked the interview process because I was just done. It was just a lot of it came out, I try to play it as much as I could, but man, I had nothing.
Going back to the fight that you lost, right? How did that resonate with you and make you a better fighter? Because I can imagine you only can deal with that feeling in your gut, really, one time. And then you're like, I'll never leave it like that again.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man, that goes through a fighter. When you lose, you're like, fuck, man. Like,
Especially in that manner, right?
Exactly.
When you really won.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. And then you kind of take it out, and then you're just kind of like, all right, how can we piece this together? How can we put the biggest thing that I want to do is get right back into it.
Yeah.
Get right back in there, work on what I made, on the mistakes and all this stuff, and then make it work.
Let's talk a little. Sorry, Manny. What do you?
I just remember it was really funny because like the only Latino guys in the at the Deep event were like these gay guys that worked for. I think they work for Disneyland.
But by the way, there was a draw, so I didn't lose that fight.
Okay, draw.
Yeah.
Yes. So at the time,
But I was super
6,
pissed.
Yeah,
and
I can imagine.
And 1, and so we're I just remember those guys are like woo, woo. These guys
the
are
three
like,
paisas that were there.
they're like tumblers.
Yeah,
they're tumblers, and they're like,
Right.
like, would you like some tickets to Disneyland? and I go, oh man, I don't know, man.
Are there strings attached to these tickets?
Well,
Or
it's
what's
just
happening
funny
here?
because they're dressed like the Gypsy Kings with their shirts open all the
Yeah,
way down
yeah,
to the
yeah.
navel. I go,
It's great.
I don't really want to go over there, man. If you want to go over there, it's fine, dude. I'll see you at the airport.
We had a good time there because we had the whole in Japan. We had the whole waking up early, whatever the time difference.
Yeah.
We were all waking up at like 4 a.m.
Right.
And we're like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's just walk around, So we walked around, and we ended up going to this mall. And it was so funny because we went to the mall and they had just opened up because we actually they were a little early, so they opened the doors and me and Manny walk in and there's a big hallway, right, and full of different stores.
Yeah.
And there's an
employees are all
employee
lined up
for every single store waiting, and they're just like perfectly still, It's like super
Fantastic.
quiet,
Yeah.
like super like lobby music, like super mellow, And
Right.
so Manny and I are like walking, like, whoa, this is kind of weird, or whatever. And then the first ladies that we come up to, they bow down.
They welcome you. They speak in Japanese and then they
Yeah.
bow to you.
And then they bow.
And then so we're like, okay,
Oh,
let's
okay.
bow back.
Yeah,
We bow back.
So we bow back.
We walk a few more steps and there's someone else and they say something. We're like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, we
All
bow.
right,
Yeah.
And before we know it, we're like, oh man, there's like 30 more people on
Yeah,
this
like,
side.
how do we do this, man?
My back's going to hurt by the time we get down to the other side.
The bowing parade.
So we just did the American thing and just started walking like all cocky.
We're walking like we're
Just hey, what's up? How are you? Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Like
Hey.
we're Wayne and Garth.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, ladies?
Hey, ladies, what's up? There you are.
We also decided to go against their advice. They said, oh, please don't walk down these specific alleyways. And the minute the guide left us, I go, Soto,
We're there.
You want to go down the alley? He goes, hell yeah. dude."
Yeah, let's go check
And
this
run
out.
down the alleys. And
Isn't
there's,
that
like,
great? Yeah.
all kinds of scary looking
awesome.
dudes down there,
Yeah.
We had that in Okinawa when I was there for the Marine Corps for over a year. They're like, don't go down Whisper Alley, whatever you do. It's like one of the first things we did, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. you
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, it was, looking back to how time has progressed with you two and how San Diego Combat Academy has grown. I mean, you've got Gio and Richie Martinez there now, who are just complete badasses.
Holding it down in jiu-jitsu in the world. Yeah.
Just locking it down. I mean, had always been a follower and a fan of them, but to find out that Gio got his black belt in jiu-jitsu in like 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And Richie in like 310 or something.
They're like three.
just
They're like
less than both of them for
super
less than 4
artists,
years.
man.
It was unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, having a blast in studio. Manolo Hernandez, Alex Soto, Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio, Rock Rage Radio. We are right here on WSRadio.com, your worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
Strider's off-track wagering from every major racing venue in the country. Race and sports, food and drink, downtown San Diego, where you can wager on every major horse race throughout the country. And with college and professional football starting soon, Strider's is your ticket. That's right, Strider's across from the San Diego Convention Center, 100 West Harbor Drive. Pay them a visit and tell them Race and Sports Radio sent you.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
Are your feet hurting you? I mean really hurting you so much that you can't come to the fair and enjoy other activities with your friends? If so, you may have plantar fasciitis, a chronic inflammation of the connective tissues in the foot. I'm Holly Halsey. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and I can help you with your pain. I invite you to visit me at my webpage, AcussageHouseCalls.com. That's ACUSSAGE, housecalls.com. Find out what pain-free feels like.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kramer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kramer Insurance.
All right, I'm glad we got Bubba from Cell Block H to give my intro there. Thank you, Bubba. Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio, Rock Rage Radio, and WS Radio. Bringing you the heat, we're talking to Manolo Hernandez, Alex Soto. We were just wrapping up on San Diego Combat Academy and 10th Planet. I mean, the Martinez brothers are absolutely shredding the jiu-jitsu world. Couldn't have happened to a better couple of guys. And they're just embraced by the whole community. Love them.
Nice, dude. They're so nice. I actually know them more, like our connection outside of fighting is because of hip-hop and like I have a lot of friends that are DJs and in the hip-hop community.
I thought you were going to say you break danced for a while.
No, no.
It's one of the many things that Manolo Hernandez...
I was an MC. I was never a breaker.
Right. You've got the greatest MC shot ever with the Mohawk.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm like, that is the greatest shot.
Yeah.
So, doing big things. We want to give Shane Crutchin, War Rhino, big props on his World Series of Fighting.
9 lives.
Combat veteran.
9
no
lives.
big deal.
Love it. Semper Fi, brother. We were happy as Kramer Insurance to be there and support Shane as well.
Crunch.
Gotta love that. And then we've got a couple of guys fighting at Epic, correct?
Yes. We have Jeremy Fataruso. He's going to be defending his welterweight world title for Epic. He'll be fighting as well as Elijah Harris will be
bringing it.
defending his light heavyweight title.
Beautiful.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Also,
How about Danny? Is Danny fighting?
Oh,
too?
no, not this time.
Proud new father. Big props to him.
Yeah.
We should also have a debut from Juliana Miller, and then we're helping out a girl from Bakersfield who's a good friend of ours and a good training partner by the name of Ashley Coffey.
Awesome. A lot of things going on here in San Diego. Epic fighting coming at you. That's on February 3rd. We've got CSG Pancration that I'm doing the next day with the kids up in Riverside. They're doing great things out there. It's good to see them doing it and learning so young and with a great sportsmanship they have. Alex, we've talked a lot about the camp. We've talked a lot a bit about your legacy and what you're leaving. What are we going to look for you in the cage this Saturday night. Are you going to bring it as you always do, brother?
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna get the same extremo that you get every single time in the cage, man. I never back down. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be an exciting fight, and man, I'm just gonna leave it all out there. So I'm just can't wait to get in there.
And what is your background? Did you have a background in wrestling or karate or
Mexican
boxing?
judo.
Mexican judo.
No, actually,
for the tamale.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have egg on.
No, actually, to be honest, my parents, well, my mom actually would never allow me to do any karate. Man, I begged for it since I was a little kid. And I was
Right.
like, no, you'll never do karate or boxing. And then what happened, right?
Right.
The son becomes a professional fighter.
Right.
No, I stepped into Manolo's gym, and was always my focus was to, piecing it all together. I just knew I wanted to fight and put myself and kind of test myself and push myself to my limits. So I've been doing that ever since.
Awesome. Well, we're expecting big things. Again, going to be at Bellator 170. How do we get tickets to support you, Alex?
Well,
Do you have a code?
Go to bravefights.com and use the. I'm sorry. Go to Bellator. Go to Bellator.com and use the promo code SOTO. That's my last name. And hook your local fighters up. Head out to LA. It's going to be at the Forum. And let me tell you, man, it's a great opportunity to be in the card with Tito Ortiz and Chael Sonnen, man.
What a fight that's going to be.
Special.
I mean, that's going to.
Who's your pick for that, Carlos?
That's a good question. I've thought a lot about that. I think that Chael has actually stayed a little more active in jiu-jitsu competitions and grappling, and my gut kind of tells me he is going to prevail, but it could be anyone's game. I mean, Tito is a great wrestler in his own right and has got some good hands.
He got defeated by Chael in wrestling.
Right. Good point.
But I
point.
I personally think that
What do you think on that?
I personally think that I think it's gonna be a good fight.
Yep.
I feel like when you look at the careers of both guys, right? I kind of look at it like Chael has taken less damage almost, and I just feel like maybe I feel like it's gonna go to decision actually.
Yeah.
But
going to be a great fight nonetheless.
No, I mean a lot of great fights go to decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it'll be like close. I don't think it'll be an easy one for either guy.
You totally agree. Soto, what do you think
same
on
here,
that?
Same here. Like I've always said, like Tito Ortiz, even when he was like in the UFC in this last, like I know he was on like on a 5-fight losing streak with them, but man, each of one of those fights were super close, man, and very competitive. So I mean, he's not a slouch. And then the same thing with Chael Sonnen. I mean, he put a whooping on everybody.
Anderson to that last 20 seconds.
Well,
with Anderson Silva, he would have been champion of the world.
Exactly. He put a whooping on him for 4 rounds. And then you have, who's that other guy? Brian Stan. I mean, I thought, okay, Brian Stan's going to totally smash it, but he went through him like nothing. And so I don't know. I'd like to see this fight. I think Manny's freaking spot on by saying it's not going to be an easy fight for either one of those two.
One thing I do have to say, too, about Tito is he's been incredible with our military. I'm with the military press as well. They're a proud sponsor of the show. Tito's been doing things for our troops for a long time, going out and visiting them, taking care of them, doing seminars and all that. We really appreciate him as well. We connected on the anti-bullying campaign. I think we're all three in agreement here. We hate bullying. We absolutely despise it. So at Smash Global the last time they did a charity and raised funds for an anti-bullying campaign. One thing I do want to add is that it's a crazy statistic in the thousands of kids that don't go to school because they're actually afraid of being picked on. Wow. And that's a world that's dark and it's a world that's depressing. And I'm glad that we're able to bring it to light because there are some kids out there that really need our help.
Yeah, that's good. Good to know, man.
So awesome, guys. We're rolling now. We are rolling on that high note. We're getting over to Brave Combat Federation. We've got another event coming up in March.
That's correct.
That one's going to be in Brazil. Do we know where the other one is going to be?
Yeah, we have the next fight for we're announcing it right now.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
March 19th. I'm sorry, March 31st in Abu Dhabi. So it's going to be huge. We're going to a different country, 2 different countries in March.
Beautiful. We do have to thank the president and CEO, Mohammed Shahid, for all he has done.
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
Killing
Sheikh Khalid, I mean, being the visionary, the support from above means everything to us.
Oh, yeah.
It is incredible. Let's talk a little bit about the Sheikh's fight that he had, running his MMA record to an undefeated 2-0.
Yeah,
incredible job.
Well, first of all, I mean, another reason why I got into this fight, you know, is man, Sheikh Khalid is he's a commander in his military. You know, he's a very busy person. He's also, you know, part of the royal family, which, you know, entails a lot of work.
Right.
But he's able still to commit to training, commit to losing weight, and kind of like putting in that hard work to stepping into the cage, you know, and he did that and against a fighter who has a lot of background and has a lot of experience in the cage. So it
Very
was really
tough
cool.
guy.
Yeah,
If you look at that fight, it's very tough. And Hamza Kuheji had a great post. I think you shared it as well.
I did. Yeah,
Hamza,
the cool guy.
The cool guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he laid it out and worded it perfectly about how tough and how many sacrifices Sheikh Khalid had to make, not only for preparation for this fight, but during the fight and the level of pain that he can take.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, the guy went 3 rounds, back and forth battle, you know, and, you know, it just shows you, man, like, you know, it doesn't matter who you are in this world, you know, there's no hiding from anything.
Right.
You step in the cage and it's you against that other person, regardless of...
No more talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like, he might be royalty, but in that cage, man, he's a warrior. So that's...
Yeah,
it's pure.
It's pure, man. And it's something you cannot buy. You cannot buy glory, man.
Well, leading from above, and that's what makes Brave different in my eyes, is that every single fight that you matchmake, Manny, that you arrange, and all the, you know, the details within the organization, every single fighter feels like they are part of a family immediately for fighting with Brave. And it's a real special thing, you know, that we all know because we've been with different organizations.
It's a family that roast each other.
That's the best kind of family.
So true.
If you saw the trip on Brave 2, which we're going to break down right now, but Manny in the underwear that you had to wear or shorts due to your luggage being lost.
My luggage got lost, and I had to try to find 2X underwear in Bahrain, and they didn't have anything that wasn't Stars and Stripes because they knew it was going to be for an American. Dude, it's so ridiculous. And all the sweatpants that taper.
Right.
You can't buy sweatpants.
It was like you were wearing capris.
Oh, my God, dude. It was ridiculous.
It was rough. It was sad to see Manny walking around like that. Because
I had to buy flip-flops. Remember that? I was walking around in yellow flip-flops and like these
shoeless.
That was super ridiculous.
It was pretty bad, man.
Crazy.
It was so funny.
But all great times. Let's talk about that Brave 2 card that rocked Khalifa Sports City on December 3rd. I mean, that was an amazing event. What fight of the 10 stuck out with you, Alex?
Well, I mean, it's one of the things about our event is that, you know, we have people from all over the world, right? So these are people that are fighting for an opportunity to be somebody, you know. The one that sticks out in my mind the most is our strawweight division. We had these, which is 115 pounds, the tiniest little guys. We had a guy come in, Haider Farman from Pakistan, and we couldn't get his visa on time. I mean, he almost didn't even make it to the event.
I remember that.
Yeah, so he ended up coming in for the weights, for the weigh-ins and stuff. He showed up, and man, that kid performed so well. He came out there and he put it all on the line. And
unbelievable performance.
And he won fight of the night because of it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more segment left. We're going to be locking down and giving a full assertion of Brave 2 Combat Federation fights. Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio. You're listening to WSRadio.com, your worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at ProgressiveMedicalCenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Your search for the right office furniture will be done when you walk into Shore for sure. In our 46,000 square foot warehouse, you are sure to find the right new or used desk and chair for your home and office. Trusted for over 40 years, Shore is proven to provide great value, quality, and service. From free space planning to our white glove delivery service, you are sure to leave happy and satisfied. We're a family-owned business that will treat you like family for sure. Se habla español.
You take your smartphone almost everywhere you go. Now WSRadio.com can be there too. Search WS Radio in the Play Store for your Android devices or iTunes for Apple, and download the WS Radio application. WSRadio.com, on your phone and in your ear everywhere you go. Download the WS Radio application. Do it now. It's very easy. WSRadio.com.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kramer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kramer Insurance.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for following us live on Facebook as well. Carlos Kramer, Manolo Hernandez, Alex Soto, Soto Extremo. We are breaking down Brave 2. Want to give a shout out to my boy Lionel Turner and Leo Optics. Leo Optics making a big difference in the sunglass game in the jiu-jitsu and MMA world. Great job, brother.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, all good. Hey, we want to keep breaking it down. We were talking about Farman.
Yeah.
And, you know, what kind of a fight he put on. And that was actually the fight of the night. What I really loved, the one that stuck out to me, was Daniel Swain and Alex De Silva.
Yeah. That was a sick fight.
Now, if people don't know about Alex De Silva tell us a little bit about him, Manny. 20 years old.
They call him Lecco. 20 years old. And he was 17-0 at the time. And then up came... Daniel Swain is the kid I actually found last minute.
Tough guy.
Super
Daniel
tough.
Swain.
And Swain is from the Pacific Northwest. You know, he's up there. He's a tough and gritty wrestler, well-rounded fighter. And then he stuck to his word. I go, hey, man, please don't wrestle fuck the show. And he goes, I won't. And he went out there, and he's
a gangster, man.
Dude, he went out there. He got in Lecco's face. And he dropped him with an overhand. You know,
he almost finished him twice.
Twice.
Had his back.
The early going, yeah. And then Lecco reversed it. You know, the wrestling changes were sick. You know what I mean? He went from shot to double.
Transitions.
Underhook. He hit a lateral and then transition. And then there was a moment in that last transition from that double leg to single leg defense into that the lateral drop where he came up and he goes, and I go, oh no, dude, he ran out of juice.
Yeah.
And then, like, we just saw it kind of like spiral right there. But I mean, dude, that kid.
What a fight for his career as well.
Well, if he
he'll be
would've-
back.
if
We
he
give him the
was-
opportunity to have a full camp.
If he had a
We'd love
full
to see him.
camp, that fight would have been very, very competitive, man. But now we got Lecco now, Alex Lecco da Silva, who's now 18-0, all finishes, never been to the third round. I mean, he's really is a diamond in the rough.
And the one question mark was how tough and how durable he was to take punches or submissions. And man, he showed us all that he is the real
He
deal.
showed
and
us
we're
his
excited.
He showed us his full skill set, dude.
Yeah, it's legit,
So,
man.
he is a huge 145er.
Let's talk a little bit about Tyree. Tyree Fortune versus Ben Forsyth. Tyree, if you're out there, Ben, what a fight they put on.
Ben
not
two
to be
big boys.
confused, not to be confused with Tyrell Fortune
Tyrone.
or Tyrone.
I don't know. Well, he has a twin brother that fights for Bellator.
Break that one down for us, Manny.
Last minute, we signed Tyree Fortune. We're looking for someone to fight Ben Forsyth. Ben Forsyth is a great guy, 205-pounder,
Big guy from McGregor's camp.
McGregor's camp, SPG, and he's great. I think he was the world champion for
Yeah, he was an amateur.
IMAF amateur world champion, and we're signing a lot of guys
Undefeated
to our show
too,
that
right?
came-
I believe so.
At that time,
Yeah.
he was 2-0, correct. And then the tough part is you're looking for a guy and as a professional that like not only has I could put any jerk in there with 2 fights, right? But we wanted to find a guy with an equal amount of amateur experience,
Right.
because you put 2 guys in there that they're both 1-0 or whatever, and you don't know what's going to happen. Like here, both guys have a wealth of experience, and they went in there and they put on a professional experience. I mean, it was a tough fight. I understand, things happen. It was not the most exciting fight. I mean, both those guys will be back. I'll never put them with each other again.
So basically, Tyree Fortune comes from a huge pedigree of wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Since
it's
he's
like
been 5,
like
I
crazy.
guess.
I think he's been sparring with Shel Sonnen, actually. I think those guys are
I think
homies,
that- I
right?
think that's correct, yeah.
Chael, and as well as Fabricio Verdum, I believe, is his master now in jiu-jitsu.
Now?
Could
No,
that be-
I'm just specifically talking with Tyree with his wrestling. I mean,
Right,
his
right.
wrestling
Yeah.
background. He's been wrestling since he was 5 years old. I mean, there was nothing that Ben Forsyth could do in 8 weeks of training camp that would have stopped Tyree's takedown. Ben
And not
Forsyth is.
Verdum, I'm sorry. It's another great Brazilian big jiu-jitsu guy, heavyweight that Tyree trains under.
Yeah,
and it showed.
Yeah,
It showed.
showed. No, absolutely. I mean, he sent Ben Forsyth flying, and when you see a guy that's 200+ pounds go flying, it's pretty
sweet belly
It's pretty
to
fun
back
to see.
souffle.
Yeah,
Yeah, Courtney Henderson, our boy and brother.
Courtney!
Man, did he catch some great shots at
My
that?
man.
Oh my God!
Always taking great picks, Courtney. Let's go on to another
That's
fight.
a beautiful shot of the belly to back souffle,
Yeah.
and then 52 subsequent shots of Tyree holding Ben down.
yeah.
Refusing.
He held
to
him,
let him go.
dude. He held him so hard.
Yeah. Well, I
He
mean,
did.
it was a
He smothered
typical.
him.
Now, I appreciate him coming in last minute, dude. I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? I get it.
He came in hard. He put it out there, and you know what?
Styles makes fights. You know?
Exactly.
It's a tough
Let's talk a little bit about our Filipino fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Team Lakai. Troy Bantiag against Gurdarshan Mangat. I mean, Gurdarshan is a huge star in India, right? He's fought before 14,000 people over there.
Yeah, I mean, Gordoshan's he's a big Indian draw, man. I mean, and if you talk to that kid, I mean, he's happy to tell you his entire life story, man. He came in from India, then migrated to Canada, where he resides now, and has had a lot of success in the MMA industry with going through different MMA promotions and everything. We picked him out, and he was kind of like, starting to make a little bit of noise on the MMA scene, and so we got him now. And wow, let me tell you, the Indian community has
happy to have him.
backed up.
They love that guy.
They love him.
And look for Brave in India at some time. Hopefully. That would be great.
I do not get it. I don't get how they love him so much. What's up, Gary?
Yeah.
He's
What's
a big
up?
star. Let's talk about the Filipino fighters. Let's talk about some of those guys and what they're bringing to the table.
The guys from Team Lakai are pretty much the most well-known team in the Philippines. I mean, the most consistent team. They put fighters in a lot of the other big shows. They have guys in the UFC and ONE FC, PXC. You know, like all the big shows throughout Southeast Asia, they have a guy. They have a guy in there. You know, they recently won that lightweight, the lightweight world title for one.
Well, I like the story of where they come from, man. Like their training and how
they're
how
part
they
of
come
a
from
collegiate. They're part of a they
Jeremy
actually,
Pakatu.
Yeah, they train out of
Stephen Lohman.
They all started from the College of the Cordillera or the University of the Cordilleras. They have a wushu team, so they basically do kung fu and like Sanda boxing, and then once they graduate, then they go on to professional fighting.
And we're very proud to have them. Man, do they have a lot of support. We're on TV in the Philippines as well with Brave, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
We have to talk real quickly about the main event. Carl, the Bomber Booth, Gadzimusa, Gaziev. I mean,
Super
what a war
unfortunate
that was.
Super unfortunate nickname for the region. Oh man, that was
What a fight. Heavy hands by both guys.
That was amazing, dude. You know, Gaziev was in there, and like he had already proved previously, what kind of like great heavy-handed,
how tough he is.
technical fighter. You know, I mean, he's awesome. You
Incredible.
know, and then he was like throwing 7-punch combos, and I was like, man, dude, this guy's
one
not
of those
getting tired.
connected. You know, that's all he needed. You know, and, man, and he comes from the Dagestan area in Russia, and those guys they're all monsters, man. It's incredible, you know.
And how can we not include Hamza Kuheji in this?
Hamza
brought the crowd to its feet again. Great fight.
The crowd favorite.
The crowd favorite. The people's champ in Bahrain.
Yeah.
Hamza, incredible job. You're doing a lot of great things out there. You know what, gentlemen? It's been an incredible show. The time has flown by.
Yep.
Alex Soto, look up for him at this Saturday, Bellator 170. Enter his code SOTO for tickets. Manolo Hernandez, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having us, Carlos.
We are so happy. This is the first time I haven't had sunglasses on when you guys have, I think.
Yeah.
I feel kind of out of place here.
cool
I'm wearing
right now.
Prada glasses because I found them in
Ray-Bans.
the lost and found of my school.
Also found mine.
They're ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio, thank you for joining us. Rock Rage Radio, thank you for having us. Kramer Insurance, Storm Kimonos, you're listening. Carlos Kramer's Kick-Ass Radio on WSRadio.com, your worldwide leader.
West
in
Side
Internet
Radio.
talk. Thank-
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact